What's up, guys? Hi and welcome back. And the reason we're laughing is because we've just been freaking out, and I can't tell you, we've just walked back to the car, right? And we heard, go on Andy, what did it sound like?
First we heard, it was just the weirdest noise you've ever heard, and there's not a soul about. It's pitch black, there's not a soul about. And we both heard the same noise, and God knows what it was. And it was like, we're going to walk down that way, and then we heard it again, and then I got in the car and I heard the same noise again, and all I can say, it sounded like
a squeaky sign swinging, you know, like a sign, an old sign squeaking and swinging back and out.
But there's nothing round there.
We had a good look round, there's nothing that we can see that could make that noise. So take your torch.
So
instead, we're going to walk down White Lady Walk now. It's called White Lady Walk because there has been seen down here a few times actually an apparition of a white lady, and we're going to come out at the castle at the bottom end. So we're going to film this instead because we haven't done this before, for not for YouTube anyway. We've only ever filmed it like on our own. So this is White Lady Walk. So this is the road that leads up to Rivington Castle. And people in the past, just people who've been out here walking at night, taking dogs out, things like that, have reported a white apparition of a lady. That is not an apparition of a lady, that's Andy blowing out some smoke because he's trying to calm his nerves. It was freaking out, because the thing is, what we do when we're freaked out is we just start laughing, don't we? We just go into fits of uncontrollable laughter, and it's like, why are we laughing? We're terrified, and it's like, but that's probably just our release thing, isn't it? It was. Because I looked at you and you looked at me, and then we both just fell about laughing, and all I could think was, why are we laughing? We've been in the graveyard. Andy heard a low dog rumble, and he didn't say anything, and I heard the same thing, and I didn't say anything, and then we both had the same feeling, didn't we?
It was freaky.
It is freaky, so when we got back to the car, we was just at the edge of Suicide Forest. We was just about to go walking down Suicide Forest, and it sounded like an old metal sign swinging and creaking, didn't it?
I thought it sounded like somebody slamming bike brakes on, but there's nobody on the bike.
Yeah. And once again...
And to be honest with you, I don't really want to replicate the noise, but it was like...
Well, I hate to tell you this.
And I heard it twice.
But it's down this path where Danny and Lucy saw the glowing eyes, which now that they've described it, it sounds to me like they've had some sort of an animal encounter. It's just a bit too odd what they saw, you know, and I'm going to follow that story up with them as soon as they're available to come up here, because I think they need to tell it themselves and explain exactly what happened that night. So yeah, we're still in Dogman region. This whole region of Winter Hill, anywhere you go around here, really is Dogman Cryptoid region, definitely, 100% now. Yeah, maybe some imps would like to join us just to, you know, have a full party of it, shall we?
It must have been loud for me to hear it from the car as we were driving away.
Come further back, I can't hear you.
It must have been loud because I could hear it in the car as we drove away, and I heard
But I thought it sounded like a squeaky sign, like a sign swinging. But it's not even windy tonight, so... And you thought it sounded like brakes?
It sounded like somebody slamming brakes on it.
No, do you not think it might be a bird?
No.
Now that we've walked away and we've calmed down?
No. I don't know.
I don't know what's going on in these woods. I tell you what, I don't know what's going on in these woods at all. Ghosts, yeah, that's one thing, I get it, that I can handle, but... it's all these freaky animal sounds, isn't it? Things that you can't understand, and people with having weird sightings and all that. It's on the increase. Hang on a minute, my Ouija board is slipping off my back. I'm all packed up like a donkey tonight. I've got all the equipment on my back. All the torches are in my pockets. The Ouija board is slung at a precarious angle off one shoulder. If we have to leg it from Dogman tonight, that's it, you're on your own. I'll be in the gutter here, spread eagle.
And for everybody who thinks I'm just walking along, I have got...
Go on, make yourself useful now. He's actually carrying a bag full of logs. I'll let him off. He's our fire starter. Yeah, so it was around this region where they had that, what they thought was animals' eyes. But it was a bit weird what happened to them two, actually, because they were walking up this path and they saw what looked like two car headlights coming down. And then they realised that cars can't get down this road because they locked the gate off. And then these two headlamps turned into like misty orbs and then vanished. And they came up with the dogs, and the dogs were just behaving like completely normally. And the two of them saw one side eyes, red glowing eyes in the amongst the trees, and they were a bit freaked out. And I know they came telling me all about it, and I was like, yeah, and I weren't really listening at the time, to be honest, because with that much else going on. And since we've had the Dogman thing ourselves happen, now I've asked them again to describe it, and yeah, it sounds to me like they've had some encounter with something that they don't, we don't know what it is. Now I asked, do you think it was a fox? They said no, because it was bigger and it had, they said we chucked a stick towards it to make it run away, and it didn't move, it didn't show any fear. The dogs behaved like it wasn't there.
The dogs would have gone for it if it was a fox.
So we need to bring them down here at some point and reenact the whole thing. So you can get in the shrubs and be Dogman, and they can tell us what, like finding Bigfoot. They always put Bobo in the shrubs, don't they, and make him stride across the road and things like that, and measure him. So we can recreate the whole thing. And we'll get you that Scooby-Doo suit we kept going on about, and you can sit in the shrubs there, and then we'll say, right, well, how big was it? What manner did it walk? We'll reenact the whole thing, and then we'll try and make some sense of it. So we're approaching the castle, but this is actually White Lady's Walk. So I'm hoping, we were talking about Dogman and everything else, that the white apparition might have presented itself on camera by now. Now this castle wasn't a castle for being lived in at all. It was part of, when we did the Lord Leverhulme ghost shoot the other week, we described the gardens that Lord Leverhulme had built. He had this castle built as a ruined castle, so it was never a completed castle, so nobody ever lived in it. It's always been like a feature of his garden. But it's always been a popular walking place right from the 1850s, and this is what makes it haunted. Don't forget, we've seen deers tonight, so you might, we might pick them up. I'm more going off sounds. Like we're already, now we know what it sounds like when it starts to warm up. If we hear that, then we know. And we've talked to other people that have had similar experiences. So we're not on our own with this Dogman thing, but we're not actually here to do Dogman tonight. We're actually doing paranormal, but I believe that if you get on with what you're doing anyways, if it turns up, it will turn up and it will happen. As in Tockholes, we was just doing a paranormal shoot. We wasn't even thinking about Dogman or anything. It was just happened at the same time. No, not at all. Yeah, we weren't getting any results with the cryptid stuff, were we really? So we sort of shelved it until that happened. And then after that happened, we started watching everybody else's channels on cryptids, and we realised how many people had different sightings up and down the country.
We weren't particularly taking it too serious.
No, we don't, do we? But then again, I do think that's how we handle our fear, with humour.
You do get scared. You do.
I think because it's night and it's dark and you can't see, and there's night animals about like owls and, you can deer are rustling about, and it startles you because you don't know what it is. That's what it is.
I take it it's like when you're going on a roller coaster.
Yeah.
When you're going on it.
Yeah. That exhilarating feeling when you're going round.
Done it, you go, I want to do it again.
Yeah, you do.
No matter how scary it was, remember? It's not really scary, but it was that you're doing it because
So, are there any white ladies present who'd like to come forward and show themselves on camera? Did you have connections to the castle? Maybe you were Lady Leverhulme?
No. Did you get a name?
No, I never did. Nobody ever picked a name up for her, they just call it White Lady Walk because I think there's been about 3 sightings of her now up here. Well, reported sightings. But other people I've talked to that live in this area, Horwich, who walk dogs up here have also said they've had strange things happening on this path to them. Like a mist. You know, like a mist appearing. Like, you know when you blow your cigarette smoke out and there's that mist? People have described a mist appearing and like a wraith, what I would call a wraith. A wraith-like form. Well, it seems to go on and on this path, doesn't it? Just like the Ouija board is hanging off my shoulder here. I'm not really equipped for mountain climbing at all today. Oh, what now? Don't forget there's deer. Just remember that.
Wildlife.
What? Why? What have you seen? What did you see? A white light?
Like a white speck of light. Could have been a torch. But
Can you just take this bag, please, from me? Because the Ouija board is literally hanging off my shoulder right now. And hang on, let me juggle the equipment a bit. Sorry about the finger, guys.
oh, sorry, don't worry about your finger.
I wasn't sticking up at the camera or anything like that. I was just... I'm carrying way too many things. It's like when you come out of the supermarket and you've got all them bags and you think, what did I buy all this stuff for? I can't carry it now. It's like the paranormal shop, this.
Anyway, we nearly had a comical video.
Every video's comical. We try and be professional, but it ends up like a Norman Wisdom film.
I bet you just wish you'd had your camera rolling with it.
My camera would be permanently rolling if I didn't keep running out of battery. Because you never know what you're going to find here, what you're going to pick up.
I slammed the boots on my head.
Oh yeah, he nearly knocked himself out about half an hour ago. Do you remember? This is where we did our first shoot. We did the first one on the phone at Eastbourne, didn't we? But then after that, our first shoot was here, weren't it? When I was messing about, didn't even know how to open the camera shutter. Do you remember? I'm messing about with the camera shutter for half an hour, and I'm like, how the hell are we going to get this onto YouTube? I can't even open the camera shutter. Not being the best person with equipment. I'm alright holding the equipment and talking, but ask me to set it up and all that. No, not happening. I wonder what that was. It's a tree stump, innit? I thought it was something. That's the best one near Smithles, innit, in the woods. Looks. We'll have to film it for you sometime, guys. It's a tree stump in the Smithles woods, and at dusk, it looks like a hooded monk kneeling, praying. And I walked through there once on my own at night, and I saw it, and I just froze to the spot, and I was like, oh my god. All the times I've wanted to see a ghost, and now I'm on my own, and there's one there, and plucked up the courage and got closer. And it turned out to be a tree stump that was like just shaped like a hooded monk kneeling in prayer. If I remember, I'll film it for you and show you, and then you can see yourselves. It looks like a ghost. Right, so we're coming up to the castle now. Rivington Castle, Liverpool Castle it's called. But everyone around here knows it as Rivington Castle. So it was built like this, incomplete and ruined, for effect, to create this garden that Lord Leverhulme so much wanted. And back in the Victorian days, it would have been awesome to have a ruined castle in your garden on your land. Some people have actual ruined castles, like is the case with Whalley Abbey, which was destroyed by fire and is ruined, and now there's a house attached to it. Well, this was a purpose-built ruin. So are we going to put the stuff down and then do an investigation first? Well, I want to put the bags and things down first. Yeah, if you want. Otherwise I'm just going to be going around like a humpback all night. I may as well start swinging from the bells and doing the flipping, what's it, the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Yeah, there is, but this is like one of the towers. So if we want to do paranormal, we need to put the stuff down somewhere.
Yeah, well,
I believe I'm saying all this to myself. God, my throat is killing me because I was having a debate with someone about the tax on Friday and now I can't. I've had no voice since then. This is like the main hallway. This is where you did your thing last time. Welcome to my castle. We could stop in here if you want, set up some torches. Make it cosy, innit? Yeah, I'll set some torches up and then we can see. I can get this hump off my back. If this runs out, I'll set the other camera up and then we can carry on there. Oh, I just need to get that backpack off. I'll just give you a minute, guys. Get some of the paranormal stuff out of here. At least for sheltered here, you know, like from the wind and stuff.
yeah.
It's still a creepy castle even though it's not used, isn't it? Set some EVP meters up. EMF meters. My God, I'm talking. This is because we've had it was a bit pretty stressful down there. It was a bit pretty freaky actually down there. I'll not lie. It was a bit freaked out. I was a bit freaked out. I was glad to come out of that churchyard. But it wasn't so much that. It was like when we got out of the churchyard, we walked down to the car. We was about to set foot down the suicide path, which we filmed it before. And it was just like a sign squeaking in the wind, you know, like you see in the old movies. You're like, oh my God, we're looking round and there's nothing anywhere that could make that sound. So we heard it a few times and we're like, and it's probably just something swinging in the wind that we can't see with our eyes. But these are the things that freak you out in the middle of the night in the dark in these places, because your imagination takes over where your brain can't figure it out. So we'll set up a bit of lighting and stuff. Get some of the paranormal stuff out. And keep the other camera there because we're probably going to need that. If we carry on, we'll do one on here and finish off on the other camera. Here's our fire starter teaching you how it's done. Anybody wants to learn how to light a log fire quick, here's Andy will demonstrate the best way. Why do torches always roll off like that when you put them down? Even flat-sided ones. Right, I'll dot a couple of EMF meters around and then we can see if we get any activity then. I'll put this one over here so if that starts flashing, because there's nothing up here that should cause that to go off at all. Let's move that back out to the hands there. I'm going to sit here, this is going to be my bench. So if any paranormal stuff you want, oh, it's all up to you now. The Ouija board bag, where did you put it? All your stuff's in there. So I'll show you around a little bit, guys. This would have been, if it had been a real castle, it would have been the Great Hall, like the banquet room. But like I said, he just designed it as a ornamental piece. So it was never used. I mean, they might have used it during the daytime for like summertime barbecues and all of that, but it wasn't actually designed for, you know, like to live in or anything like that. So Andy's doing a salt circle for protection, because he's going to do a ritual. I think he's doing summoning Astaroth ritual. Astaroth is one of the demon angels, whom we summon for extra kick-ass protection. So that if we're in places, this is why bad things never really happen to me and Andy, because we protect ourselves in this way. People that know us and have watched our channel for a long time will know that we are both pagan witches and we are well read in occult. And Andy follows the occult practices. So we protect ourselves whenever we can, and it's best to do it outdoors with demonic rituals, spirit guide, angel summoning rituals. And it just means that when we're out and about doing paranormal, we're safe. When we're doing Ouija board, we're safe. We'll not get possessed or anything like that happen to us. I'll leave it to Andy because he needs to do his thing.
In the name of Satan, ruler of the earth, king of the world, I command the forces of darkness to bestow their infernal power upon me. Open wide the gates of hell and come forth from the abyss to greet me as your brother and friend. Grant me the indulgences of which I speak. I have taken thy name as part of myself. I live with the beasts in the field, rejoicing in the flesh of life. I favour the just and cursed of them. By all the gods of the pit, I command that these things of which I speak shall come to pass. Come forth at answer to your names by manifesting my desires. Or hear the names: Asmodeus, Leviathan, Belial, Lucifer, Astaroth. Hail, Satan. I do invoke thee and conjure the Astaroth, and being with power, armed from the supreme majesty, I command thee, I invoke thee, and I conjure the Astaroth, that thou dost appear forthwith to me here before this circle in human shape, without any deformity or tortuosity. Wherefore come unto me, unto us, Astaroth, and answer all the things I demand of thee.
Okay. And
Spirits here in this castle who want to talk to us.
Andy, switch your head torch off.
You want to talk to us? Potentially you want to talk to me.
The Ouija board's in the bag if you need it. Oh look, that was flashing then. The EMF there in front of you was flashing.
I might do this Ouija board in the circle.
Yeah, try it. Put it on that stone behind you. Well, I would have one or the other, not both, to be honest. Right, so Andy's going to do Ouija board in the protected salt circle. So that will mean that the demon angel spirits we have called forth can come through, but nothing else can come through that will harm us. And we do know the names of the others that try to come through, whether we want to invite them or not.
Spirits with us here tonight. I'd like to talk to me. Talk to us. Can you give us your name? Or have you got a message?
Initials.
Oh, so initial or a message.
The initials of our belated Queen Elizabeth II.
I think she's coming.
It is a castle.
Well, you never know, do you?
It might be your mum having a joke. She always used to call herself the Queen.
Are you having a laugh?
Go on, what's he saying? What? You have to put the head torch off. It's giving terrible glare to this camera.
That shot out my hand.
Did it?
Take it back to the middle. Who am I talking to? Who am I really talking to?
Just let me check out there. I'm sure I heard some noise. Just stay where you are and let me go and look. Sometimes when you've got spirits approaching, you will get noises. So if we don't see anybody, it could be that there's something or someone that Andy's invoked is coming forward. I'm just going to go and check the castle entrances and make sure there's not another paranormal group turning up or something. Because this is one of them really popular spots for paranormal. No, all is quiet. All is quiet. Alright, so whatever I heard just then. Alright, might be an animal. Could be deers. No, it's all quiet out there. I thought I heard somebody as though they were coming in through that door. Perhaps it was one of your spirits coming forward.
Give us the first letter of your message, or can you give me the first letter of your name?
Yeah. Let's keep it going, innit? We've had this name before, haven't we? If it's the one I think it's going to be. Maybe it's meant to spell Francis. Because we've had Francis before.
Francis, are you one of the ladies I contacted up at the ruined farmhouse?
We think she's a witch from the coven that used to practice up on the tops here. Maybe she was the chief one. Yes. So, were you one of the ladies that practiced the pagan coven up here, near the Pigeon Tower?
Yes.
Hello, Francis. That's so nice to meet you. Are you going to protect us when we do these circles?
Are you okay with what I've just done? Is it something you would have done? Not necessarily the same, but is it something you're okay with?
The logs are talking to us.
Question I need to ask you, because you've gone through quite a lot on different times, the paranormal times. You've had your name quite a lot. Are you one of, are you protecting us?
Can I ask her, did you used to use this castle also with your pagan rituals? So this is nice because this is witches that have been before us have used the same space.
Can you tell me when you passed? What was the next? Three.
83.
Let's take it back.
I'll be right because it was the 70s when they were prevalent up here,
Can you tell
really.
me when you were practicing here? Seventy.
70s.
Take it back to
I think she must have been the chief one, the priestess.
were you the high priestess of the covenant? You take it back to when
Ask her, Andy, about that message that come through at Gallows Hill. That name we got of that emperor that we'd never heard before.
do you know who was it Ulrich?
Alaric.
Ulrich is. Yes.
Can she give us some clue, a short one word, to tell us what he is or what he means to us? Who is he?
Any guardian? Yes.
I wonder if he's a guardian of witches then. Because we was trying to communicate with the Pendle witches at Gallows Hill and that word whispered, Alaric. And then we picked it up on Spirit Talker straight after. And it's a class 1 EVP because we picked it up on this camera as well. For those people who want to hear it, if you watch the Gallows Hill, We Heard a Gurgling Cry episode we recently uploaded.
It was during our, are you a guide to one of us?
think he's a guide to witches in general.
Yeah, she's a guide to others. Guardian. You take it back to
I think if the Pendle witches were naming him, he guards witches.
who
Does he guard witches?
who are you a guide to, Francis? Is it me? Alison. Why?
It's going to be you.
Is it me?
She only turns up when you're here. I have circles at home and she never comes through when I'm doing. So she's a guide of yours. But I think she's connected with you up on the tops at Rivington, the pike, the pigeon
Thank you.
tower.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you, Francis. It's so nice, so good that you're here.
No.
It really is. Really pleased to meet you.
Contact with you. Can
But
you
is
do-
Francis female or male? I'm getting she's female. That's the feel I get.
Are you female?
Yeah, I was feeling that it was. I think it was an all-female coven. That's the feeling I got when we were up there the other week. And from what I could gather, the all-female coven were regular practitioners here. But then this secondary occult group started doing stuff up here, like all black magic and occult rituals and all
Can
that
you
stuff,
Tell me what
and made problems.
your last name is. T. Heath.
Heath. Right, cool. Well, thank you, Francis. I hope you join us on all our outdoor witchcraft vigils. You're more than welcome, you know that. And your ladies are welcome too. I get a feeling one of them's called Evelyn. I think we picked the name up Evelyn before, but I feel that name's like quite strong. Is there an Evelyn present? I'm going to have to end this shoot here, so what we'll have to do is, while Andy continues to talk to this lady who we picked up for the first time up at the Pigeon Tower when we did the shoot up there 2 or 3 weeks back.
Bye.
Goodbye. Thank you, Francis, and goodbye. Yeah, this is a ritual to connect with guides, and angels, spirit guides, anything like that. People that can protect you. So that's why we conduct this kind of thing outdoors. It's helped us calm down too after being freaked out down at the churchyard. So what we're going to do, we're going to set the other camera up and we're going to go around and do a paranormal on this castle tonight. Okay, see you guys soon. Working tonight. Why are we struggling with everything tonight?